Hello and welcome to WorldIn5. The Zimbabwe Embassy in South Africa has deployed a team on the ground to assess the needs and certain circumstances around a bus accident that killed 13 Zimbabweans in the Western Cape province in South Africa on Saturday evening. Tragedy struck when the Simlex bus company coach collided with a commercial truck that was going in the opposite direction some 140 kilometers before Cape Town. Tupeo Mlea in Mbare gives us the latest.
Tragedy struck when the Simlex bus company coach collided with a commercial truck that was going in the opposite direction, some 140 kilometers before Cape Town along the X River Pass. The bus was traveling from Mbare to Cape Town when tragedy struck. It is understood that the area around the X River Pass is too winding, and the roads around that area are too winding, and the driver of the bus reportedly jumped out of the bus during the collision, but unfortunately he fell headlong and died on the spot. Zimbabwe's Consul General to Cape Town, Ms. Esther Mudambo, confirmed the death of 13 people, adding that they were yet to be identified. She said a team was already on the ground working with the host government and the relatives of the accident victims. She said so far the 38 people who had minor injuries were treated and discharged, while 12 are still hospitalized. That is, 9 are at the Worcester Hospital, while 3 others are hospitalized in Cape Town. She said more details will be availed in due course. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Passengers Transport Organization Chairman Dr. Samson Mananga has expressed his condolences to the grieving families on behalf of the organization. He said the organization had already sent a team to help the victims and the bereaved families with the necessary compassionate assistance they may require.
Now, here is what we know so far from the accident. The bus was traveling from Harare to Cape Town. It is understood that the area around the Hex River Pass is too winding. During the collision, the driver reportedly jumped out of the bus, and unfortunately, he also died. The 13 people were confirmed dead, but were yet to be identified. Scores of youths and different stakeholders on Saturday met in Mbare to discuss the drug and substance abuse in the community. The meeting comes after the government declared the virus as a national disaster and called on all relevant stakeholders to help reduce cases.
Drug and substance abuse have negative implications on individuals and communities at large. Zimbabwe has been hard hit by the challenge. Communities are coming up with strategies to tackle the issue, and these include the use of arts and community engagements. The chairperson from St. Peter's Mbare Catholic Church, Berika Samba, says this is important in fighting drug and substance abuse.
Tikasiya vana vachidai nyika inoparara. Saka tine projects atichatiranga kuita ekuti vana vabatsirikane vaite zvakawanda vasaite zvemadrugs izvi.
Either you adapt to technological advancement or you die. That is the reality of this era when almost everything revolves around technology to bring efficiency.
The government is making collaborative efforts with Google to provide business opportunities for young people.
When we look at the startups, it's important for us as a country. We are looking at us coming up with right policies that will also enable investments and also create a technology park that we also rightfully mentioned, where we can see us coming up with all ICT companies being housed on one place where they can actually be able to also interact, be able to also share and have experience exchange.
In our crime watch, we start in Beitbridge, where 2 armed robbers appeared in court for allegedly robbing a traditional healer after pretending to be seeking help. Jerry Wanda Siziba, aged 28, and Colin Mulea were dragged before the Beitbridge Magistrates Court, facing 2 counts of robbery. The state alleges that on the 11th of January 2024, the accused persons pounced on the complainant, who was in the company of her male relative, pretending to be seeking spiritual healing services. They demanded cash from the complainant and assaulted her. One of the accused persons pointed a gun at the complainant, who surrendered 3,000 rand. They also took her relative's phone and fled. The following day, the complainants positively identified Siziba and reported him to the police, leading to his arrest. He implicated the second accused person. The first accused person was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment, while the second accused person was acquitted. A 24-year-old man from Benga has been sentenced to 15 years in prison after he was convicted of rape by a Wange magistrate. It is the state's case that the accused person raped his brother's 7-year-old daughter between 1 February 2024 and 3 February 2024. The complainant's mother left the complainant sleeping in her bedroom and went to the field. The accused went to the complainant's bedroom, picked her up, and took her to his bedroom, where he raped her. The following day, the accused person tried to rape the complainant again, and she screamed. Her brother heard the screams and came running to check on his sister. The incident was reported to the police, which led to the arrest of the accused. The suspension of financial support by donor countries to the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East has jeopardized the education of Palestinian refugee children in Lebanon and survival of those relying on its assistance. The funding was halted by over 10 donor countries after Israel accused UNRWA employees in Gaza of taking part in the Hamas attacks against Israel on October 7, 2023. In Lebanon, UNRWA operates 68 schools and 28 healthcare centers that provide essential services such as relief, education, and healthcare to registered Palestinian refugees, benefiting around 250,000 individuals.
Unfortunately, we don't have plan B if we do not get funding by the end of this month, and we may not be able to continue our operations to provide the assistance to Palestinian refugees who will be suffering in combating the needs of life in case UNRWA is not able to provide them with this assistance.
And this is all we had for you on WorldIn5. Good afternoon and thank you for watching.